Yeah.
What's up, besties?
It's time to spill the tea.
Welcome back to another episode of Voice Messages. Today's This or That may just be a hot topic. I feel like we could probably go 50-50. Do you prefer Thanksgiving or Christmas? Joe, you wanna lead us through this magical way?
I mean, I've just never loved Thanksgiving. I I don't know. I've just never loved it. I don't like turkey. Which is funny. I eat turkey bacon like a few times a week,
I love
and
turkey.
I eat like ground turkey burgers. So I do eat turkey, but I don't like the big bird turkey. Like I don't like the big in my house. Like I don't like it. It's just too fucking
I
large
love
and
that
in
was great.
charge.
That was a great impression.
Um,
Sorry.
but there's really nothing else. Like Thanksgiving's one day, and we've never really we don't have a big family, so it's always just us by ourselves. And we're like, oh, thankful.
We love each other. This is great.
Like that's it. So like for me,
Yeah.
it's Christmas. But I'm
Yeah.
not like an over the top Christmas girly. Like I like Christmas, but I'm not like I need to listen to Christmas music in July. That's a no. Like I have a line. I like Christmas, but it's also I don't know. I don't
We're very
really know
different.
if I have a favorite holiday right now. I don't
Oh,
know if I do.
really? In
I used
general?
to. Okay, so I used to love the 4th of July and it used to
Okay.
be my favorite holiday because of like what I would do every year, but like
Yeah.
now that I'm older, that's drastically changed. And then I'm like, what other holiday do I like? I don't like
Wow.
Halloween. I
No, me
know.
neither.
Maybe my birthday. I think that's a national holiday.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Birthday is top tier. We're like number one up here. I do have
Right.
to agree with you on some things. So I will say Thanksgiving is not my favorite. I do like a good turkey dinner though. I love the stuffing, the cranberry.
Oh,
Oh my God. And
oh,
then
okay, hold on, wait.
you like
Pause.
cranberry?
Thanksgiving sides are where it's at.
Our
The
top
actual
tier
fucking bird, the
is
actual
not for
bird.
you.
No.
But the skin on the turkey, oh my God, the
Yeah, I
whole
like that.
thing. But then the next day you make turkey sandwiches with like the
No,
stuffing,
get
the
out of my
cranberry, a
house.
little bit of mayo. Oh my God, my mouth is
No,
watering.
no, that's what I hate about it. I'm like, get out of my house. It's too much.
Really? Okay. Well, I will say Thanksgiving is just a day for me. Like, there has never been a time where I'm like decorating for Thanksgiving. Like, I'm not putting turkeys up in my house. It's just not for me. I just don't love it.
Absolutely not.
November 1st, however, I am already listening to Christmas music. I am that chick who's listening to Christmas music in July. If I need like a little pep in my step and I'm sad, Christmas music brings me joy. I am a psycho. Um, but I'm decorating for Christmas on November 1st. Like I'm starting the
Oh my
process.
gosh.
Oh yeah. The
No,
decorations are coming out already. Yeah, we've already gotten them out of the garage.
we still
Saturday
have the Halloween
morning.
decorations up.
No, Halloween I don't decorate for. Halloween is not it for
Well,
me. I hate it.
we don't like Halloween, but we only decorate it because now we have a house and we can decorate.
Yeah.
And like we have like
And you
kids
have the
or well,
trick-or-treaters.
we thought we did. We only had one family, which is 3 kids, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know.
actually
I'm
like I was
sorry.
so sad. I wanted more kids, but like to come to my door for trick
Yeah.
or treating. I don't want any kids right now. Just want to make that clear.
Yes.
So I was just
Christmas all the way.
very
Christmas all the way.
yeah. I mean, I like Christmas. The day after Thanksgiving, where it's Christmas for me,
True.
but up
I'm
until
already getting my
then, it's
Christmas tree though. I
okay.
chop it
No,
down.
up until then,
When are you
it
putting
is
your Christmas tree
all
up?
the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and the day after Thanksgiving, I go to the Christmas tree farm and I cut down my Christmas
Oh, I
tree.
thought you said like now you're going today. Like you're going like
No.
this
Oh,
weekend.
honey, if it was open right now, I would go and cut my Christmas tree down, but they don't open
Okay.
until after Thanksgiving.
I'm like, the tree's gonna be fucking dead by Christmas. You're gonna be looking at it like a Charlie Brown tree. It's gonna be like,
Oh my God. Okay, this is another quick this or that. Do you do like the real or fake tree?
we do a fake tree
Okay. Is there any specific
for
reason for that or like,
multiple reasons. One, fire safety.
okay.
Two, the cost.
Yep.
Three, the mess. 4, the light situation and fire safety. 5, watering it. 6, the dog. 7,
Okay, that's it. I
allergies.
don't want to hear anymore. You've gone too far.
8, having to measure it.
Oh
No.
my God, there's so much joy. Okay, first of all, I'm not hating on artificial trees. I think that they're beautiful. I think they look gorgeous. I love that for everyone.
Mhm.
But there's just something so
Mhm.
magical about cutting down your own Christmas tree, figuring out the size, bringing
Mhm.
it home. It smells so
Yeah.
good. There is. It smells amazing.
I mean,
All those
light a
reasons.
candle.
No. There's nothing like an actual smelling, like real Christmas tree. I go to a specific holiday tree farm that it's the same price every year. The needles never fall on the floor. I'm telling you, this tree could last for months.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. We do it
But like,
every year. It's amazing.
see, this is another thing about it. I'm like manual labor. I have to go and chop down a motherfucking
That is
tree
the
and bring it home.
magic, the spirit of Christmas.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
so strongly about
I've just
Christmas.
never. I do need a new artificial tree though. Like ours is a little too rinky-dink for our space now that we have a bigger
Yeah.
house, and we want to move our current tree, our current rinky-dink tree. We want to move that into like a different room to be rinky-dink in a different
Yeah.
room. But in our like living room, we need a big dinky dink instead of rinky dink. We need it
Okay.
to be binky dink. Get it? Like binky, like big. I don't know. It sounded better in my
That's
head.
fine.
Um, yes, we need like a big
Yeah.
tree, like a big boy,
We got it. We're gonna let that one go.
big
She
boy.
just needs something
I'll
very
think of
big.
I'll you like them large and in
We like them
charge.
large and in charge.
Uh, but not like too big to the point where it's like
Okay, we're getting off topic here.
poking through the
This
ceiling, like bloop
is an
bloop bloop.
explicit
Okay,
podcast, so we are R-rated.
I'm
It's okay though. We're not.
strictly talking about Christmas trees right now. All
Oh
right,
man.
ladies and gents, today we're going to be doing confessions. This is like a not so serious episode. And so the three topics are we're going to both confess something that's gross that we do, a lie that we've told, and one thing we don't want people to know about us. And then we are asking you to either write in anonymously. Actually, Francesca, what we should do is we can put, you can put that anonymous poll on your Instagram.
Yes.
We should have people submit anonymously their confessions.
Yes.
If it falls under these categories, great. Otherwise, just give us all the juicy tea. If, you
Yeah.
know, I don't
No, I
know.
love that.
I don't
We're
know. Just
gonna,
tell us
yeah, I
everything.
feel the same way. I think we should just have everyone write in anonymous. We're gonna keep you anonymous. So even if you tell us who you are and whatever, that's great, but you will remain anonymous and we're going to talk about them, I think, in a live YouTube episode. Are we gonna do that?
Yeah, I think that would be idea. And the reason why we really love confessions so much, especially other people's confessions, is because like we love drama, especially when it's not about us. So please share all of your
Tanner?
dirty secrets and
Sorry.
all of your dirty
My
drama.
dog is acting up.
The dog's barking. All right, so I'm gonna start with the first one. Something gross about me is when I work from home and like I'm going pee really quickly in my own house, like I don't wash my hands. But in public, I always wash my hands. Like I can promise you that. But in my
Can
own home,
you?
because it's my own germs, I promise. Or otherwise, I have hand sanitizer on standby. But in my own house, I can promise you that I usually don't because it's my own germs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If it, like
I get
when
it.
people come over, I'm washing my hands though if they're going to be using my bathroom because then I'm like their germs are in my
True.
space. But like I mostly don't. Like if I'm just like in between meetings, like I just run and use the
Yeah.
bathroom.
It's not the grossest thing that you could be doing.
It's
So it's
it's
okay.
not. And did you know most men don't even wash their hands? And a study showed the reason why there's never a line outside the men's bathroom is because they're not fucking washing
Yeah,
their
that's
hands after they touch their
disgusting.
Willy
That's
Wonka.
disgusting. We don't have time for that. I am a
You're
weirdo.
literally touching your downstairs area and you're not washing your hands. I mean, now that I say it in public though, in
Oh, in
public.
public is
Okay, in my own
absolutely
house,
no. Like you should be washing your hands if you're in a
it,
public bathroom.
yeah,
Yeah. And if you're not, we got to
nasty.
check that out. I will say I'm just a psycho. I need my hands to feel clean at all times. So I am a psycho who will, I mean, there's obviously been like a few times when I haven't washed my hands at my own house, but for the majority of the time, like I need to feel like my hands are, I don't know, maybe it's an OCD thing that I have. that I need to like wash them constantly. It's weird. I also clean
Hmm.
my house like
Okay.
every single day. So, you know,
Yeah,
I have,
I mean, my house is like pretty spotless, but French will voice message me and literally say like, "Sorry, I've been gone for 5 hours cleaning my toilet." I'm like, "How?" At some point though,
oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
"How many times a week can you clean your toilet?"
I don't
And
know.
how is your toilet getting so fucking
It's
gross? Like,
not though.
I'm
That's the
getting
problem.
concerned.
So no, I only clean my
Are we
bathroom
sure?
once a week because I need it to be clean. Like I'm not saying that my toilet and stuff it's not dirty. If you were to come over to my house, you wouldn't be like, "Damn, that bitch is dirty." I think I might have a slight OCD issue where like I need things to be like I need to clean them. I don't know. And Joe will know, like, if I haven't
Yeah,
answered her voice messages in like 5 hours, she's like, "Oh, that bitch is cleaning again." Like, I don't know. I fall into this like I'll clean one little thing
I guess I'm
and then I
just
clean the whole house. I don't know. It's
I
psychotic.
guess I'm just confused because you also live in an in-lot, which is like
It's not, I don't have a huge
a lot
space.
smaller
I know.
than.
I don't know.
So I'm just like, what are you cleaning?
I'm wiping down, I'm
It's
dusting, I'm lint rolling.
oh yeah, this bitch will fucking voice message me, and you'll hear. She's like, sorry, I'm just lint rolling the entire king size bed. I'm like, throw the damn duvet in the dryer then. Like, what are we
I know.
doing?
I need a
Anyways,
lint roll. I know it's an issue. Maybe we could talk about this in a different podcast. I
the
need to know if
cleaning.
everyone is on the same cleaning schedule as me. We're gonna have to do a separate. We'll do a separate.
No, okay. I clean regularly. My house is
Yeah.
spotless, but I don't clean to the point in which you clean. Like
Okay, that's
it's
fair.
every day.
I know.
It's
I
it's
know.
excessive.
All right. Well, hey,
I
at least
know,
I'm
but
not
it's okay. It
dirty.
brings you
At least
joy.
I'm not a dirty bitch.
I know. Yeah. I knew you were gonna say dirty bitch. All right. What is your gross confession?
Okay, my gross confession is that I use a period disc. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's literally like it's just a disc. Like think of it like a menstrual cup, but it's a menstrual disc. And I use that in place of tampons. Although I do like 50-50. I do tampons during the day and then I do the menstrual disc at night. And I find that people will probably think it's gross because you have to like, get up all in there, pull it down, empty the blood. But it's just so much easier because this bitch is not wearing a pad to bed for her period. Like,
Oh,
I don't want to feel like I have
gross.
a diaper on.
I I I switched to the cup. I used to think the cup was so
Yeah.
gross, but I switched to the cup. I want to say like 2 years ago now,
Yeah.
and 2 or 3 years ago now. And I've
Yeah,
used the same
probably.
cup, so I haven't bought any tampons in 2 or 3 years, and I still have that same cup I bought 2 or 3 years ago now. And I know you're probably like, oh, that's gross. You boil it
Yeah.
in between uses, so it like disinfects it, and then in between you also just get the feminine wipes, clean it down,
Yes.
wash it with soap and hot water.
Yeah.
Like I promise you'll be okay.
It's not as
I used to
dirty
think the whole
as you think it is.
honestly, I don't think it's as dirty as it because like the whole thing is like taking a dirty tampon and wrapping it up and putting it in my
True.
my trash can. I think that that's grosser than emptying blood into your toilet and flushing it down personally.
I agree.
So for me, honestly, switching to the cup, I don't get period cramps anymore.
Yep.
I don't get period migraines anymore. My muscles like used to tense all up, like I would say like all from my thighs up to my upper stomach from
Yeah.
like using tampons. And maybe I had toxic shock syndrome and
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
know. But like
That would be
but
horrible.
that's literally what would happen to me. And so, but that all went away now that I got the cup.
The cat is just the animals right now are just they're being a lot.
You sound like you live,
Like
you sound like you live in a lion's
there he
den.
goes. Hi, how are you, Simba? Like it's Simba's world and we're just living in it. I mean, this is real life. What can I say?
Welcome to the zoo.
um
Welcome
yeah.
to the
I
zoo.
I feel like people think that it's gross because, it's different. It's not like the norm of what we're taught, right? It's like tampons, pads, whatever. Obviously, this is like a newer thing. I feel like that maybe not so much new, but new to me. But like once you get started, I mean, it's really kind of hard to go back to tampons. I will use them, but I'll use like
I
organic
mean,
tampons if I'm out and about.
I literally don't even have one in my house. So if you come over, you're like, I need a tampon. I'm like, you're shit out of luck. How
Damn.
much is a box of tampons? Like $15?
Yeah, probably. So, I mean, you're definitely
So
saving money.
15 times 12 times 3. I've saved probably about $1,000
Yeah, that's wild.
on not buying tampons in
That's
the
a yeah.
last 3 years.
I will say though, like the period disc has made my period lighter. I don't know the scientific facts about all of
Mm,
that. So I'm
yeah,
not even
yeah.
using a tampon that much. Like maybe I'll use like one or two tampons if I'm because if I'm home, I just have the
Oh,
disc in. If I go out and I feel like, oh, I just don't want to deal with like the disc and like taking it out and whatever, like in a public place. If I'm like not sure of where I'm going, I'll just wear a tampon. But yeah, I mean most of the time I'm wearing the disc and it's
that
where
is
it's at.
that's so funny to me because with the cup, like if I know I'm gonna be out all day,
Yeah,
that's literally why I wear it
I
because I'm
know.
like,
You don't
I
have to
know I
change
won't
it.
get toxic shock syndrome,
Yeah.
and I literally just wear it all day and I literally forget about it, which is what I love.
I love that for
Okay,
you.
next confession is a lie that I've told. So my mom asked me like when I'm going wedding dress shopping, and I told her I didn't know. And I did know because you and Chris were basically like, hey, we're coming down and taking you wedding dress shopping. Because I was like basically like just gonna go alone because of all the drama with my mom, and then I didn't want people to feel like left out and
Yeah.
everything. And then you guys just decided to come on down. And I was like, okay, like, I was unsure. But my mom, like, literally called me like 2 days before you came down and was like, what are you doing this weekend? And I lied to her because I didn't want her to be upset. But I also didn't want to bring her dress shopping with me because I knew that she would have been very, very
Yeah.
negative. And that's why I was like, originally, like, fuck it, I'm just going to go by myself and not have anyone go with me until you guys were like, hey, we're flying down. We're just going to go. Um, so it was interesting. It's like I did lie to my mom about that. And like I just didn't tell anyone I was going shopping either because I was like, I'm gonna go by myself until you guys kind of
Yeah.
said that you were coming. Anyways,
And I mean, I think it's
it's
like,
a lot to dissect
yeah,
there.
it's like wedding drama, weddings in general, like it's a lot. You don't want to upset certain people. You also don't want certain people to like come with you if they're not going to actually be supportive. I mean, there's one for like corrective criticism, not even corrective criticism. There's one, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like for someone to be like, oh, I just don't think that dress looks flattering on you.
Constructive.
Constructive. Thank you, Joe. Could not think of that word.
You're
Um,
welcome.
constructive criticism versus just being like, you look fat, you look ugly. That's not working for you. Like, and you kind of felt like if you were to bring your mom or like, or just whatever, that it just wasn't going to be the vibe for you. And I think that's okay. Sometimes you have to fib a little bit to protect your mental health and your sanity. And it's a very special moment. So why wouldn't you want it to be special? You don't want anyone there
And,
to disrupt that.
and I'm not saying that like we're obviously not saying that like lying is a good thing, but I think in some cases like protecting your energy and protecting your
Yeah,
peace is worth it. And, I think that something like this is just like a little white lie, to make sure that I have peace of
I
mind.
agree. I agree. My
But
lie.
what is your lie?
So back in the day, also Simba will not stop meowing, so I apologize if you can hear him.
It sounds like you are in a lion's den.
Like I don't understand what's going on right now. They're usually well behaved, but are they? Anyways, I'm getting off topic here. So my lie was a while ago when I was working because I don't work at the moment. Um, when I had a job, I had gotten fired from it. And I ended up telling everyone that I got laid off because I was like so ashamed in the moment. I was like, how could I have gotten fired? I've done everything that I could possibly do. They didn't even give me like a valid reason on why I was fired. It was just like, oh, your productivity isn't like where we want it to be. And it was just like, oh, okay. It was like a random Thursday. And I like get on a call and they're like, yeah, productivity. It's just, we're not feeling it. And I'm just like, well, do you have anything to back this up? Like, I'm crying. I'm like, what can I do? Whatever. And they didn't really give me anything. And that was it. They were like, yep, we'll see you later. And I always forget that you're like employee and employer at will at most jobs. And like, they can just let you
Mm,
go for any point and any time for any reason, whatever. Um, and I was just so ashamed in the moment. But looking back, that was the best decision that they've ever made for me because I've had so many more amazing opportunities after that I wouldn't have normally gone for. So I think
right.
it's just like normalizing that it's okay to get fired. Like you are not some low life, like unless you're stealing, robbing, you like fucked up that bad. Obviously, that's why you need to get fired. But other than that, like it's okay. Sometimes you just have to get fired
We've all,
and you move on.
right. We've all been fired from jobs.
Give me 1 second.
And so many people don't admit that they've been, fired from a job because, again, it seems like it's embarrassing or it seems like, you feel like a failure. And I think some of it is just, not wanting to share or open up with other people if you don't have to necessarily. Like, I think it's just like protecting your own peace and like, so people don't ask you constantly, like, oh, like why did this happen, having to explain yourself over and over again. I think that's like some of the reason why people just like don't tell other people that they got fired, because it's like, you went through this like traumatic event or whatever and you don't want to have to keep re-explaining yourself. Not that you owe anyone an explanation, but I think that a lot of times that we all feel like we do owe people an explanation.
Totally.
So that's some of the reason why like a lot of people just don't talk about it. But now looking back on it, it's so fucking funny that you got fired. Like the whole situation was just, it's just funny. And like I look back on me when I got fired and it's also just very funny because it's like I was like, what the fuck? But like when I got fired, it was like years and years ago. I would say like 5 or 6 years ago now. And it was like one of my big first jobs out of
Yeah.
college. And I was feeling so down on myself. But now looking back on it, I'm like, that was hilarious.
Yeah. No, and it's true.
And it helped me
Yeah.
grow.
Yeah. Like you said, it helps you grow. You look back on it, it's like, "Oh my God, in the moment I thought my life was ending." I remember I voice messaged you right away. I was like, "I'm so sad. Like I just got fired." Like it was just a whole dramatic thing. In the moment it wasn't dramatic, but like looking back, I'm like, "Girl, you should like say thank
It's not
you."
the end of the
You know what I
world.
mean? And, like thank you to that company. Thank you next. Moving on to the next big thing. So yeah, I
Okay, so the last confession is we're going to be telling people one thing we don't want others to know about us. So I'll go first. I don't want my employer to know that I have like clinically diagnosed anxiety, and I don't think it's like more or less like I don't think that they'll I don't know, like I know that they're like really nice people and I don't think that they'll judge me for it,
yeah.
but I know that there's such a large like stigmatism around anxiety and people being like, oh, like, like people tiptoeing around me and thinking that they can't say something to me or they can't confront me or they can't have a conversation without me getting anxious or getting upset or claiming something because it's really not that way. Like, I'm just an anxious girly. I've been anxious for a very long time. I go to therapy, I do my thing, I take care of myself, and I've always just had a lot of anxiety and it's never to the point where it impacts my work,
Yeah.
but I don't want people to like think that they can't have conversations with me just because I say that I have, a mental
Yeah.
illness. And just because I have a mental illness doesn't mean that I'm incompetent or not able to do my job to my fullest ability or have tough conversations or receive constructive criticism.
Yeah, which I think is all very valid. On the other like the perspective side of that is it sucks that you feel like we can't like really talk about our mental health. I mean, I think we've gotten better maybe as a society, but it's still something that's like a little taboo. Oh, you have depression or you have anxiety or you're on medication for it. And it's like those things
Right.
are not talked about. People don't feel 100% confident or confiding in people who, they might think like, oh, could I maybe talk to my manager? Could I talk to my partner? Could I talk to, my best friend? Like, not everyone feels like they can confide in people because of like the stigma around mental health and what they might think of them and judging them for what they have, when ultimately it's so much better that you would speak up in that kind of case or like talk to your doctor or get the medication that you need, because at the end of the day, like you don't want to suffer in silence. It's just not fair to you or to anyone else around you, because then you're just not being your best self. Like you're not living up to your full potential.
Yeah, I've never like told any of my employers
Yeah.
that I've had anxiety or like clinically diagnosed anxiety because I don't want them to think that like I'm like too sensitive or whatever it is. All of my friends know, everyone on my social media knows. Like I'm like, oh, I'm an anxious girly,
Yeah.
like whatever. Like I just own up to it. It's always a part of who I am, and depending on like what season of life I'm going through, is like sometimes I'm more anxious, other times I'm just like maintaining
Yep.
and I'm doing great. But I always know that I'll have anxiety, and anxiety will always be a part of who I am in my life. But I just haven't gotten to the point where I've been like an advocate in that sense at my
Yeah.
workplace, which is so interesting because people come to me and they tell me that they have anxiety or depression or whatever, and I'm more than open-minded and I'm more than kind to them. But I don't know why I don't expect other people to react the same to me.
Yeah.
I think it's just the perspective of like I don't want people to think I'm not like strong enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, again, it kind of sucks. I mean, I understand why you would like be hesitant because, your job is it's not always 100% secure. You don't always know who you can really trust. It's very hard to get into a workplace that you feel like 110% at all the time. You know who you are as a person. You're never going to judge someone for like what they're doing or what they're going through. And of course, you're empathetic and you can be, you can sympathize with them, which is why they feel confident in coming to you. But yeah, I mean, roles reversed, it's hard for us to like open up on the other side of that because we just don't know how someone's going to take it. And we don't want to be judged for who we are or what we're going through. You've kind of already like moved past that stage. When you first are like diagnosed with
Yeah.
anxiety or whatever it might be, you're like, holy shit, like, how do I feel? Like, how does this make me look? Like, you have so many thoughts running through your mind.
Hmm.
And for you to overcome most of that and you feel confident and, talking about it on social media, talking about it to your friends and family, it's like you don't want to get to that point where you have to like add another person to the list of talking about it, which is your employer.
Right.
Why even do it if it's going to be,
Yeah.
it's chaos.
I just don't want to get
You
into
don't want to
that
open up
like
that
can
can
of
of, I was
worms. Like
just going to say can of worms. We're so in
there's
sync.
some things that like are just better left like some people not knowing.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
that's what I don't want people knowing about me. What about you?
Um, okay, so mine's more mine's more on the funnier side, I guess, and dramatic. So
Okay.
obviously I have a cat, which you've seen. He's made his presence known. Like there he is again. He's too much today. So he's 9 years old.
He's so loud.
He's so loud. He's so vocal. Takes after his mother. So anyways, we've had him for 9 years. We've gone through multiple litter boxes. Okay. And if you're a cat mom or a cat dad, like, the struggle of scooping shit out and making it smell good is a struggle. Long story short, we've gone through multiple litter boxes and we finally just purchased the litter robot. And for those of you who don't know what the litter robot is, it's just this magical thing that scoops the poop for you. It cleans itself. It's a whole thing. And I love it. And it's the best investment I've ever made in my life for the cat. And it was expensive.
That is, how much was it?
um, it was just a couple hundred, $500.
Yeah,
It was 500, but
just $500.
it
Holy
the
shit.
investment is worth
No
it.
pun intended. Holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit. It's so worth. If you were on the fence about a litter robot because of the price, I know it seems a little bit much for a cat litter box, but you feel so much better. You will feel complete after you have it. It's amazing. I'll have to share a pic with everyone if
I'm
you don't know what I'm talking
I'm
about.
not a cat person.
I
I'm a
know.
dog person. And part of it is because I'm allergic to cats,
Well, that
but a
makes
lot of it
sense.
is because I don't want poop or pee in my home,
Yeah.
like in a box.
Yeah.
And I know
That's
that
why you
this
have to get the
thing
litter robot.
scoops it away. It
You have
just
no
grosses me
idea
out.
that it's
I don't
there.
want it. I know.
It doesn't
And I don't like the
smell.
idea of outdoor cats.
Oh, no, my cat is
But
not an outdoor cat. No, no, no.
outdoor cats also freak me out because like then they get like eaten alive. And I'm like,
Yes,
yeah, no. And
I
instead of it
agree.
being coyotes in Florida, it instead of being coyotes like in Massachusetts,
Yep.
it's crocodiles in
Yeah.
Florida. And I'm like, yeah, no.
No.
It just freaks me out too much. So
I
yeah,
was never a
I'm
cat
not a
person
cat
though.
person.
Like I didn't grow up with cats. I grew up with dogs, but when Steve and my husband and I first moved out, don't ask me why. I was like, "Oh, let's get a cat." I have no idea. So we like rescued
Because it's
Simba.
easier than a dog.
And
Because cats are
they
easier.
are. They can maintain themselves. But I will say the little robot is 10 out of 10. You don't smell pee, poop. You don't even know the thing is there. And I'm going to post a picture on our social
Uh,
media because I know that probably people are like, what the fuck is a litter robot? It's very cool. It's very technology savvy. So, anyways,
mm,
that's my
I bet.
moment. We're going to wrap it up on that note.
Insanity. We're gonna wrap it up on the letter robot.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed the episode today. We will be posting and asking for your anonymous confessions. So
Yes.
please spill the juicy tea, whether it's something funny like you're embarrassed about your letter robot, or if it's something more deep and serious. We definitely want to know.
Yeah. Spill the tea, besties. Spill the tea.
Let's spill the tea.
All right. Well, we'll catch you all in the next episode. Bye.
See you later.